Hello and welcome to FountainFX. This is a summary of the week that was. This is Friday the 15th of November, at the end of the week's activity. So we're going to take a quick look at the major US dollar pairs. We're going to start with the Aussie US dollar. You can see in front of us the Aussie is weakening against the US dollar, but this week there has been some consolidation as price fell down to the 0.93 area. We can see that this just confirmation that price does have a memory. As it came down, it broke through the previous high, which was just above the 0.95 area. As it broke down, it pulled back up into the 0.95 and then fell again. So great entry for the short, so it shows it's pulling down. We've highlighted here above the 0.9425 area, which was previous support here. As price pulls down, expect it to pull back. If it's going to continue in the downtrend, that would be a good area for it to turn and then continue to fall. It would also honour this trend line that's running down here. So that's the Aussie US dollar. Let's take a quick look at what's happening in the other US dollar pairs. Hold on. So here we are looking at the Euro US dollar, and from a technical analysis point of view, price has come back into this 135. As we can see, it is an area where there is a certain amount of consolidation and bouncing backwards and forwards along this area. Previously it was a support area, but not a strong support area because price fell below it. But then from this area eventually price pushed above, and that was with all the good news for the euro and bad news for the dollar. And then since then, with bad news for the euro, good news for the dollar, price has fallen. And then it's fallen below that, pushed all the way down to the 133 before coming back up to the 135. Now, the challenge with this is that we've got a downtrend that's been plotted based on these previous candlesticks here and running down here, and it shows that it's actually broken that. So there could be a potential for it to push higher, but in the overall downtrend, so if we see the overlying trend is up, and that's just been broken. So it's in an area of indifference or indecision. It could be following this downtrend. On the other hand, it could have just been pulled back for it to continue up. If we take a quick look at the news, the statement from MarketWatch with regards to the US dollar is that the US economy remains stuck in slow revolving merry-go-round that won't bring much mirth. Basically, don't expect the news that's going to come out this next week on the US dollar to be very positive. Based on that, if we go back to the actual chart, we should expect the euro to rise against the US dollar then because of that. So we're at a point of indecision at this level. Price could turn and fall and carry on in the downtrend. On the other hand, with the news and that's coming out, it could break through and continue to rise, in which case if it does break through this level, you could look to take a buy order for a long up to the 138. If it doesn't, if this area of resistance holds, then it's a case of short it down to the 133 and also expect it to continue down to near the 131. So that's really a summary on the US dollar. Let's take a quick look at the pound US dollar. Now, of the three currency pairs, the pound is actually showing more strength against the US dollar than the likes of the euro or the Aussie dollar. And we're seeing that just above the 162 is the area of resistance, and off the second touch price came down, but it didn't break much below this area of the 159. So it's created an area of consolidation, price has come back down into it, and look at the momentum with which it's pushed off there. And we can see that despite this doji at this level, price has now pushed through this area of resistance. So if you were short in the pound US dollar, unfortunately you will be out of that trade for a small loss, and we'll be looking to see if there's a possibility that price can push all the way up to the 162 and above. So it's really about taking a look. Price is in indecision, consolidation area. Should price get all the way back down to the 159, I would look to buy, especially based on this performance here during last week. So the pound is strong, and the euro Aussie are tending to be weaker against the US dollar, but the US dollar is the weak currency at the moment, and or at least that's the prediction. So it's about going long against the US dollar, looking for opportunities to take that in the next week ahead. Thank you very much from FountainFX, and happy trading.